Our next speaker is Dr. Aarti Heda, who is a consultant and anterior segment surgeon in KK Eye Hospital, Pune. She's a section editor of Glaucoma YouTube channel and Young Ophthalmic Society of India, and also the national coordinator of ISMICS. And she's going to have a very challenging case to regale us. On to you, Dr. Aarti.
Coloboma, an anomaly of closure of embryonic fissure, pose various challenges to a cataract surgeon. Presenting a case of 32-year-old female with unilateral typical iris coloboma. 2 side ports were fashioned and the main port entry was made. Capsule was stained with trypan glue. Capsulorhexis was made aiming at proper centration and the gentle hydrodissection was done. Phacoemulsification was commenced with low parameters and the thorough cortical wash was done. Capsular tension ring was then placed to support the area of zonular dehiscence. Monofocal intraocular lens was implanted in such a way that haptic lie in the colobomatous area. Keeping the advantages of pupilloplasty, modified Siepsel's technique was used to close the coloboma defect. 2 peripheral corneal stab incisions were made on either sides of the coloboma. 26 gauge needle is passed through the paracentesis and then the edge of the central iris leaflets, exiting through the distal incision. Railroading was done using a straight needle on a 10-O Prolene suture. And then it is tied using a modified Siepsel's technique. Try to avoid force and be slow, otherwise the suture may just cut through the iris. One can use micro instruments to get better hold of these thin sutures. Viscoelastic was then removed and the case was concluded. Postoperatively, patient had vision of 6/9.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti. That was a nice video, but I have a few doubts and I'm sure Anagha would have her own to ask you. You did a very nice job of putting viscoelastic over that area of zonular absence, and not zonular absence, but colobomatous area, so that there's no fluid misdirection. Ideally, a CTR should have been placed right on. So when you have taken care of that fluid misdirection, why a CTR? Because these are largely cases where the zonules, it's not going to be progressive at all. And your IO looked well centered. Then the other question I have is, why do a pupilloplasty in these eyes? Because these people are well adjusted with that irregularly sized pupil. Excepting for a cosmetic reason, I don't see any point. So I want Dr. Sandeep Nagvekar to comment on it. And Gaurav also, if he's there. And others to join in.
So, ma'am, CTR, actually speaking, this was my first case. This was my first case of coloboma and pupilloplasty both. So right now I feel that okay, it's okay if you see the bag is stable, the lens is in place in center, then you may not actually put CTR. The other thing was, yes.
So I would say you should place the CTR right in the beginning.
Okay, so there are different schools of thought. Now, some people say that even if you don't put CTR, it is okay. And when to put the CTR is also again your choice. So I feel that it is a bit difficult when you put CTR right in the beginning. Maybe now I'm comfortable since this was my first case. I was just not very sure. So I decided to go this way.
Dr. Sandeep, you have anything to add?
Yeah, Chitra, first of all, I absolutely agree with you. It's not always necessary to put a CTR in these cases. Many of these cases of iris coloboma, unless there is a vitreous prolapse or we find there's vitreous over there, I don't think I've implanted CTR in all patients. Number two, regards the pupilloplasty that she did, I would advise her to use a finer gauge needle, because when you use a 26 gauge needle, to do a pupilloplasty, very often you end up making large holes in the iris, which then may spread, and it may be a little difficult to tie the knot. So probably better to use a finer needle than that. And Amar Agarwal's single pass 4-throw pupilloplasty works very well, probably even easier than a modified Siepser's knot. So I think a lot of these patients do very well with just a primary cataract surgery.
Dr. Gaurav?
Yes, Dr. Chitra. So I think she did a great job with the surgery. And, I think a CTR makes sense if you're putting a toric lens. Many of these patients actually have significant astigmatism. So if I'm implanting a toric lens, I would always put in a CTR. Else I've seen that they kind of misalign very easily. That would be one indication, even if it was not required otherwise. And I do like to put in a CTR here as well. And I agree that, while she did the Siepser's knot very elegantly, and for the first case, if she was doing it for the first time, but I also found that the single pass 4-throw is easier to do. I mean, this looked very elegant as well. So I think, and your point about the patient being used to already having, so it may not absolutely be necessary to do it, but cosmetically it might just look nicer, and that's about it.
Oh, Chitra, if I can just
yes.
I think it was a wonderful case, Harti. For a first case, if you've done that, it was too good. And all the steps were very elegantly seen. And just to support the fact why CTR has been used in this case, you see there's a recent study from Canadian Journal of Ophthalmology, a prospective comparative study where they've done cases of coloboma with or without CTR, and have shown in the long term that where they had put CTR, those cases did better in terms of refractive results, and also in terms of zonular weakness in the long term. So I think that was a good idea, and of course I felt pupilloplasty was done very well. Again, I think pupilloplasty is more for cosmetic reasons, and that's fine, and that's okay with it if you can do it. I mean, I see no harm in doing a pupilloplasty in colobomatous eyes.
Just one point, instead of actually taking the 26 gauge needle through both the iris hook parts, you could put in the 10-0 Prolene needle through one of the pillars of the iris. Yes. So that, like Dr. Nagvekar said, the bore that you create is not bigger.
Just adding a point about this use of CTR, I think you have to see that whether the coloboma is associated with absence of very beautifully done, Aarti, first of all, and then very nicely demonstrated. In your case, actually, you could see the zonules over there. And apart from seeing the zonules visually, you can also look at the contour of the capsule over there. If the contour is curved, then that means the zonules are present and maybe there's enough support for the lens. But if it's flat and if it's straightened out, that means the zonules are absent over there, and that might be a situation where maybe putting in a CTR would be a good idea because zonules are absent there. But actually in your video, the zonules could be seen. So maybe you could have done even without it. And secondly, as regards the requirement for the pupilloplasty, which you did very well, I think it's more a cosmetic thing because you do a 5mm capsular rhexis. Beyond that, that's going to opacify. It might appear as a white band. The patient may not have any photophobia because he or she has lived with it right through their life. But cosmetically, this might look worse than having a black pupil. So that might be one reason for closing it.
Very nice case, Aarti. I went bombarding so straight because I was so keen on running the whole thing on time. So I'm so sorry. You really spoke well.